I don't look at conservative or liberal as this. They're just different sides of the same coin when it comes to feminism, right? When it comes to like the sisterhood uber alles, right? I've been on record saying, like, what was it, Rachel Maddow? If you took Rachel Maddow and you took, like, I don't know, Tommy Lahren, and you put them on the same show, they will fight like cats and dogs. But you put me on the same show with both of them, they'll lock arms and, like, be in solid.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that they because it doesn't, suddenly all the ideological, claptrap just goes right out the window, right? Because you're attacking the sisterhood, and so, but women don't, like, you don't have to look like Lena Dunham to be a feminist. I mean, you can look like Tommy Lahren and be a feminist, and I don't think that a lot of traditional conservative female pundit, for lack of a better word, pundits, really understand their position. Like, they want to still empower women. They still like cling to a lot of the stuff that Betty Friedan and Gloria Steinem were talking about in the late 60s and early 70s, and still want to advocate for the empowerment and the betterment and everything else, or even ostensibly the equality of men and women. And you will see this even at like Republican, like, conventions. You'll see this at Turning Point USA. You'll see this at the RNC, at their annual meetings and everything. You look at any sort of organization and you'll see, like, very strong, empowered women, and they'll lift them up and use some of the same rhetoric that you'll hear from the liberal side, and they're all in on it. And so so I brought that up, and I'm just like, traditional, trad femme women are just basically better looking, liberal feminists, and so they would lose their minds about that. And I'm like, well, you're still repeating those things, and there's really no defense against that, because it's what they're doing until they realize that they're doing it. And I just don't think that they like to be reminded of that. They just have decided to sort of, push the feminist agenda from just a different side of the coin.
Well, I mean, the truth is that the programming runs really deep. It runs really deep, and you have to be able to sit and look at yourself and say, what am I actually saying? Right?